Hi Libra, welcome to your mid-month reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of April, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month, celebrating the new astrological season and the springtime. It's called What's New Behind the Corner, and it focuses on the theme of changes coming your way, new opportunities, new beginnings to expect for the next months. So if you would like to know more details about that special offer or any other of my services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So, Libras, I do feel like the majority of you will be trying to put something together. It's like you're trying to hold things, as safe, as secure as you possibly can. Some of you are afraid here of some sort of destruction or some sort of problem interfering with the stability of how things have been, family wise, professionally wise, financially wise. Seems to be a lot of concern with keeping things together, with keeping things as they were, with keeping things as protected as possible. So some of you have some fears associated with changes. Some of you have some fears associated with breaking free of the status quo as well, which means that you're more interested in the conventional ways of doing things. Tradition for some of you Libras are holding here some importance. So you're very aware during this time that you are to continue to preserve something that's sacred for you. Again, for some of you, it could be a union, it could be a relationship that you want to keep in your life. You want to keep it strong. It could be your marriage. For some of you, it could be about your family, your business, the providing for your children. There's just something here that is so important for some of you Libras that you keep protecting, that you keep holding as always. That is an incredible amount of pressure for some of you, because it's like you feel responsible for the continuation here of something. You don't want to be the one breaking, destroying here something. You don't want to be the one responsible for the damage. And some of you are spotting the damage. Some of you know where the weak points are. Some of you are aware of that. There's something in your life that is fragile, Libra. And that's why you're so perhaps protective about it. Some of you are also being oriented, guided to this type of path where you make a decision and you stick with it. So it's like, for Libras that have been very indecisive, very back and forward about their choices, about even their mindset. For some of you Libras have not have the most, consistent type of mental approach to something. And that might be what is changing here, is to look at what you really want to do. And once you make this clear decision, once you are like enlightened, because this too also speak about a lot of enlightenment moments. So once you are enlightened, which if you aren't already, if you already don't know what you really want to do or what you should do, you're about to find out. You're about to receive the answer that corresponds to a very, very strong, deep truth of the matter. For those of you searching for the truth of the matter, that is coming up. And it feels like for those of you that are enlightened or will become so very soon, it's a matter of acting upon that is scaring you and still holding back progress, because the Four of Swords is your challenge. You're too passive. You're looking at distance. You are in this non-communicative kind of energy. You don't want to speak about it. You don't want to listen. You don't want to do anything about something that you already know needs to be done, because you're still gathering strength. I feel like whatever you're about to do, Libra, needs a lot of strength, needs a lot of courage, needs a lot of understanding of what the right thing is. Now, the right thing varies according to who you are, what you look for in life, and what you're really about, and the things that you hold, again, as being sacred to you. So your truth might clash with that status quo that I was speaking about, or it might be in accordance to it. I feel like you just haven't really so far been sure of where you really were, because either you were, it's like this ping pong ball energy. So you were moments where you were like in conformity and feeling right with the status quo and in the conventional traditional ways perhaps, and then moments where you questioned it and you were more in the unorthodox way. Some of you have this huge issue with that. It's like the orthodox and unorthodox paths. Regardless of what you find out your truth to be, it's just important that first you see it as being valid. Your truth might be different from your circle of friends, from your family. You might not get the understanding of your own children or of those close to you, those that in a way depend on you, those that are looking up to you as an example. But they will respect you because you chose, or you will be choosing, to be the authentic version of your own self, awakened to what really matters. So whatever your fears are, you're going to rise above them, because you're not a victim of your truth. You're responsible for living that truth in your daily life and passing that example through your loved ones. So for those of you that are in situations like, I don't know what my kid will think about if I get a divorce, and maybe you're deeply unhappy with your partner, but you don't want your children to think wrongly of you or to question you, to damage the relationship you have with them. So you keep being unhappy. And that's the example you're giving your children, is to be unhappy, is to fake it, is to conform with an unhappy relationship. You're teaching them unconsciously to not believe in love, to settle for something that is not satisfying. So as the opposite ways, maybe you're not responsible. Maybe you're someone that is just not responsible. Maybe you're someone that is just not able to provide. And now you're coming to terms with that. You're accepting that there's an aspect of your nature that can't, do what others do. That can't be what others expect you to be. And maybe you earn your life, or you make a living, in very, unstable, unusual ways, and you still, you live more daily than making big plans. And maybe your parents don't get you. What you're trying to protect, Libra, is, your own sacred mission, your own, entitlement to live a life that is right. Now, again, what is right? The right thing for you. And that's what you're accessing, and that's what you're figuring out. What is the right thing for you? Some of you will be wanting to openly discuss this, perhaps with a partner, perhaps with a parent, perhaps with a guide, a counselor, a therapist. Some of you are looking for help, with figures that you consider to be wise. You could be speaking with teachers, gurus, healers, priests, coaches. You could be speaking with different various type of people, where you trying to again receive that enlightenment from. And there's a part to that seeking of guidance that can be helpful, not because they will give you the answers, but because they will help you get something, like this click where you see something for yourself, or you recognize something for yourself. Your advice being the Ace of Swords is to fundamentally cut off with any BS. It's like the truth is what matters here, regardless of what that truth is for you to be brave, because this Ace of Swords is the ace that brings challenge, but victory as a part of it. So it's challenge because we're challenged, because we need to fight to get our, victory. But the sword of truth, no one can defeat you when you're holding it. So it's a matter of digging for that. I also feel for some of you, your communication energy is getting better, is improving. So for those that have felt like you couldn't really communicate in the best ways, or you felt like you were dealing with communication barriers with someone, communication is improving here. And I feel like just at times it's a matter of fighting off your own tendency here to hide. Some of you Libras have a tendency to go into silent treatments when you're upset, when things are not right for you. And so this silent treatment energy is like something that keeps, solutions, wisdom, wise answers to be taking place, how to fix situations, how to figure situations out. So where you might have been misusing here, or irresponsibly using your communication, again, there's that change of understanding that how something you have been doing has not been facilitating your wishes, regardless of what those wishes look like. It's like you want, your family situation to improve, but yet you don't do anything about it, right? You don't say anything about what bothers you. Also, there's that feeling of keeping it silent, right? Keeping yourself silent when something bothers you. Don't do that. Avoid, swallowing here, uncomfortable things, because it's not right, because it does not come as being the open, truthful line of communication with others and with yourself, right? It's like you yourself have not been talking with yourself, if that makes sense. So I hope you have a great mid-month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.